before we get to that shit, let's talk about the hot topic of today. Yes, let's talk about it. So Corey Holcomb gets into it. Corey Holcomb is a comedian, if you don't know it, and he has the 5150 show. And you know what's crazy? I be looking at his show, and the only question I've ever had, and y'all gonna be like, you stupid, but I be like, why the fuck don't he have a podcast mic? Like, why he want to hold that mic like that? He could really just have some shit propped up there and just be talking. He got to hold the mic and shit. But then I was like, maybe that's because he's used to holding the mic, telling jokes, so he just holds it during the show. And if that be the case, okay. But that would be my question. And then you have Anton Daniels, the Bag Chasers, former co-host or host on the Lapeef Network, and running around and showing his ass is what I say. And everything on here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. And I'm going to tell you something. If you are sensitive, I'm definitely not the channel for you. I'm not at all. I'm going to go ahead and be honest. I'm going to let you know up front. If you're sensitive, you need to click off. So, Anton Daniels is from Detroit. Hey, child, please. So they get into it and shit, right, on Corey Holcomb's show. And the thing really is like Corey is more like and then Anton is more like, he's more stiff a little bit, He he sees himself, or he claims to be part of the Republican Party. He believes in voting. Corey believes fuck that shit, and you got to be a fool to vote in this system, right? And Anton believes that you have to be ignorant not to vote. Now, as I'm watching this train wreck, I'm thinking these two have no business being in the room together. And that's what's crazy, because that's what's needed. What's needed is you to come into an experience of someone who is opposite of you. You need to see that contrast. But it's really hard for people to deal with something that is so different from them. It generally causes a collision, and that it did. It did today, and everybody everywhere is talking about it. And some people feel like Anton, he's just disrespectful like he always is. He's arrogant or whatever, something about that guy, right? But then you have people that think that, Corey wasn't he wasn't ready for such back and forth. He wasn't ready for that type of exchange. Again, these things are needed, I feel like, for growth and expansion, but it causes collisions because people want to be right more than they want to just relate to one another. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. If you really wanted to get along with a motherfucker, you just be like, oh, well, that's how they think. Now, in certain respects, your thoughts can lead to danger, violence. That's true, right? Anybody thinking about inflicting harm is not one that you want to just mingle with, because they like to inflict harm. And that's not the type of time you're on, you know? So there is a little bit of a nuance. But outside of the boldly obvious, heinous shit, we should be able to get along. Okay. So you're Muslim and I'm Christian. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about those experiences. Let's share our stories. Let's swap stories. Let's get an opportunity to sit in one another's experience. And because if you just sit and relate and bounce that energy, there's going to be a certain amount of resonance, right? You're going to be able to start calibrating if you just try to approach it peaceful. But I don't know. Some of you motherfuckers, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm double fire. I'm double fire on one earth. And I say that to say, with all that fire I'm coming with, the smoke some of y'all want, I will never understand. I don't know why being right is so important to people when in the bigger scheme of things it don't matter. Unless it's life threatening, what do you need to be right about? How about if everybody right? Because that's their point of view. You didn't just pull your point of view out of your ass. It's your life, it's your experiences and understanding as the way you are. There is no way you to be something less a series of things has cultivated you to be so, right? Our living experience molds us like clay. So what is the harm in sharing that? Motherfuckers gotta be right. Bitch, you don't know what you talking about. I just be like, what the fuck are we here? Why do we want to argue? I mean, fuck it. I can get with the arguing, but it's kind of makes sense. Like, y'all just be arguing for no sense. And that's how I was looking at that shit because I'm not a Anton Daniels fan, but there are things I can see in people and respect it. So I feel like it's more important to talk about what you can relate with a person than to talk about what you can't relate with them on. So I can relate with Anton and standing 10 toes on what I believe. Because at the end of the day, I have the right to believe it. I can respect Anton for always repping his city. I can relate to Anton because he appears to be one. Now I don't know. I don't go around ass sniffing. That's strange. In my opinion, that might be somebody's fetish and kink, but that ain't mine. But the brother appears to seem like he has good hygiene practices. I fuck with that. Okay, and Corey says what the fuck he want to say. I fuck with that. No matter how ignorant it is, that's how he feel. He put it out there. What you gonna do? Whoop his ass? I mean, why would you? Maybe you would, but why? What's the point? You gonna bite him? Would you? I guess with it. And Corey, he feel the type of way he go in, and I get that. So that's how I resonate with them men. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. Them motherfuckers ain't had no business really being on the platform together. Even though they should, in a perfect world, they should be able to find some common ground and really walk away with growth and understanding and a whole new appreciation for the world. But that wasn't what that shit was. Not them two energies, baby. They didn't come here for all that. They came there to, I don't know. I guess get it cracking and I'm not gonna say for the internet, but the internet did witness it. I'm not saying they put on for their city or put on for the web, but what I will say is a lot of people seen that shit and a lot of people talking about it. And notice when I started this damn broadcast, I said we are 14 days in to 2026. And here it is, day 14. This is what we doing. So, I just thought that I will talk about that because that shit wild. And to me, it ain't about right or wrong. It's just about, I get it. I get from both sides. I ain't gonna even hold you. I get from both sides because and another thing I relate with Anton on, even though I'm not an Anton fan, I gotta give credit where credit's due. Like you said, we do keep talking about shit. I'm saying it in my words. The sentiment that I got or grabbed from Anton that I'm going to translate in my jargon is we are steady complaining about shit that we not doing shit about. What are we gonna do about it? I feel them on that. So I don't know. I don't even know if I have a good critique for the shit because I just gave y'all some positive shit. I don't know. But they wild though. They was nuck if you buck verbally and we're 14 days into 2026 and everybody's talking about it. Okay, so enough of that shit. You let me know if you want me to rant on about that shit at another time. But let's see. Let's get into this reading. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, where is the part that this shit about to piss me off? Okay, I found it, y'all. All right, so part 2, we get it into Mr. Tyler Perry. People magazine states, well, hello, family. Check out my shop. I have worked intentionally to put together some items that may help you along your journey. I have 3 ebooks, Reading Made Simple, fun comprehension activities for young learners, amongst many other things that I am and do. As a substitute teacher, I realize some of our babies are struggling with comprehension, and this concerned me. Because of this, I gathered research and created this ebook. Together, we can make reading fun and easy for our children. The Mirror Within. Identifying self-sabotage and embracing accountability. When our world seems out of control, it is time to go within and evaluate some things. We could be self-sabotaging and not even realize it due to trauma and beliefs that aren't serving us. I created this tool to help bring back the balance to life. Hidden in Plain Sight Volume 1, which is basically about coming to the realization of the truth of self that was always in plain sight. For the newly developing psychics and mediums, I have Helpful Terms and Tips for Evidential Mediumship and Psychic Development, a PDF that will help you identify and develop your psychic and mediumship gifts. For my family that wants to learn how to read tarot, I have Unlocking Your Intuition, Mastering Tarot for Transformation, which is a digital class that is comprised of both a video and PDF that teaches you how to read tarot. This class covers chakras, numerology, zodiacs and elements, major and minor arcana. For those of you that are looking for tools to make your content creation easier, this even covers musicians. I have the Creator's Launchpad, free resources and must-have tools for building your brand. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for your support.